let's take care of some housekeeping issues. But hey, first of all, Jeff, how's it going this morning? I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. I feel like I got run over by uh, a garbage truck last night or this morning because I trained legs really hard yesterday, and then we had a killer practice. Good morning, Dustin. Um, so it was. I'm a little beat up. So if you guys are wondering where our guests are, Marc and Evan, we know one of them is on the way. So we're going to add him as he arrives. If Marc decides to get out of bed, then we'll throw him in here at some point. But just having Evan in here is going to be a good show. Um, Geez, you know what? That's better. I didn't even have you in the stream yet.
Oh, good morning, Ryan.
It's early. It's early, Jeff. It's early. But we're a very professional show, you know. I mean,
Yep.
the magic happens with live broadcasts.
Exactly.
So we got Billy Berg, Peter Berg, Dustin, all saying hi, all giving a wave. Billy's giving a flex bicep, and Winter Bites, John Berg, Winter Bites, back again. Okay, right on. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about my Patreon stuff going on. You know what I got going on Patreon, Jeff?
A little bit.
So you saw that video I posted? Probably, maybe not.
No, I didn't get a chance. I've been really busy this last week, so I haven't been watching a whole lot of.
Well, I'm doing this whole back to road to 300 thing where I'm losing. I started at 373. I was 357 this morning. So, Billy, it's accelerating. So, I mean, that's only about 4 or 5 days and I'm down 16 pounds. So, catching up, Billy. But after yesterday's regimen, I'm not really surprised. But it's going to be a weekly video that tracks that progress, and it's exclusive to Patreon. Weekly posts getting posted on Patreon.
Nice.
And we have our alpha members, which are the top members on Patreon. Zane William Isley, Jeff Frank, Bruce Willis, and Barbarian Arm Wrestling. Actually, it's not the top. There is a sponsor slot there for $150 a month.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. I haven't had anyone fill that one yet.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll jump on there with NatFit.
Holy smokes. NatFit might be coming to the table. I might have to replace the Israel Arm Wrestling Club logo with the NatFit logo. So and then Israel's going to have to play catch up after that. Hey?
We'll talk more about that.
And then we got Richard saying hi in the comments section. Wild Pony. Oh my God, congrats, Ryan. How do you feel? I feel pretty good, but I'm sore, man. I'm sore.
What are you doing for legs?
About a million sets of a million things. Like I hired a coach for diet and he reconfigured everything that wasn't arm wrestling related because he's not going to have the knowledge about arm wrestling training that I have. And he recognizes that. So he designed 3 days of my training week. So it's basically legs. It's a day of chest, shoulders, triceps, and he calls it traps, which there's no direct exercises, but I think there's enough volume in there that it's crazy. Like we're talking 40 sets total.
How long are your sessions?
It's kept to an hour. We're really regimented. Some exercises 30-second rests. Some exercises 60 seconds rest. And then there's the FST7 stuff, which is like 12 reps of a certain exercise with 30 seconds in between, which is like a fascia stretching thing. That's the theory behind it.
So what's the end Ryan Espey goal?
300 pounds. 300 pounds by September the 15th.
Oh.
And then just refine and build. So I'm going to the brakes are going to go on the weight loss around September 15th. I'm going to stay around 300 and just continue to refine 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So look good, feel good. I was talking to Jamie from WAL. I said, I'm trying to make it more marketable, Ryan Espey. And he says, you're already marketable, bro. Or what does he say? Yeah, in his accent.
Yeah, he's where's he from? Britain?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
UK somewhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that's good. Good for you.
Yeah. What do you got going on? We got TAL coming up.
TAL coming up, and I'm going to head down to the Fallen Hero tournament there in Kansas City in November. And that South Dakota one's looking kind of intriguing too, coming up here. I'm not sure what the date will. I'd have to ask Luke, but yeah, that looks. But I'll definitely go down to that Fallen Heroes one. So I got a super match down there. So
Who you got?
Aaron Skaggs.
Fallen Heroes is one that I've always wanted to go down to. I think, I might have a busier schedule. And of course, September the 5th. I mean, I might, we'll see. Maybe I'll make the trip out there and I'll try to bring home 4 belts, Jeff.
Oh, Matt's got something to say about that.
I thought he wasn't pulling the tournament.
He's not. He thinks you're a bum for pulling these tournaments.
I don't get it, man.
He's just giving you a hard time.
Tell him I think he's scared for not pulling the tournament.
He says, if I pull the tournament, who else is ever going to win the heavyweight belt? I'll have it forever. He said.
Like, man, I got to tell you, okay, if I were to pull the tournament, it might be one arm in one class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have an option of 4 different weight classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, in Canada, there's me and Matt who really can't arm wrestle each other right now.
Exactly.
So he has a point.
There's a few guys coming out of the woodworks that are coming back. One is Roger Shipton.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Roger? He used to pull years ago. He's from Breton, Alberta, but he was really strong. And the last match, he beat Vitaly Digorenko, quite substantially. So he's a tough dude. He'll be back. He's coming to pull a TAL. So
yeah,
it's good to see some of these guys coming back and getting back.
Russ is saying Michael Todd's having an event in September. So
that's the. There's all kinds going on. There's a good one coming up in Texas here too, where Brian Sitt and Robbie Burnett are gonna have a super match.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully our guests get in here soon. We need to actually have a conversation with one of them, maybe both. But I mean, maybe Mark's scared to face the music and actually sit in front of me where I can respond to him.
Well, I'm gonna phone him right now.
Maybe he'll answer. I'll give you odds on whether or not he's still drinking.
Hello there, you've reached 250.
Oh, he's got it off.
Voicemail.
Doesn't want to do it. So remember what I said the other night.
Mm-hmm. So he had some choice words for you, anyways.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
What were they again? He told you to tell me because I remember hearing that. He said, "Tell Espey," and then he said some things.
I can't remember exactly word for word what he said. There was some. He wasn't very nice, to say the least. But he doesn't. He certainly doesn't feel that he got his fair center of the table at Fit to Fight
in any of the matches. Why didn't he say anything during the match?
I'm not too sure. That was why I was hoping he would be here to get some clarity on that.
Yeah, I understand. I heard him say that. You're saying it much nicer than he said it. But he also said the same thing about the Nationals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very bitter about Nationals. He don't feel. But here's the thing.
how many times can a guy get cheated before you start to self-reflect and think,
And where are you going to find anybody better to ref than Rick Pinkney, Dave Hicks? I'm not sure who refed your matches, but I'm just thinking of who was there.
God, it's a goddamn conspiracy is what it is, because every referee in Canada is out to get him. Unless he wins, then it's good. Yeah.
Unless he wins, and it was good, yeah.
Here's my take on that match. Mark, I gave him his respect. He's a good puller, strong. The problem is I gave him everything and he wanted a little bit more.
This is that fit to fight.
Yeah. So the only way we got a fair setup was going to referee's grip, which we did often. I think almost every match was referee's grip in the straps. So you can tell me that's not a fair start. We couldn't get a grip outside of the straps.
Right.
And I felt like I got nothing else to give here.
Who was reffing, Terry?
Terry and Clayton, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I feel like I pulled better under extremely strict reffing, and I don't feel like Terry was the most strict guy. So.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Clayton Faulkner there yesterday. I'm hoping to bring Dave Hicks out to TAL. So, and then some local refs. I'll probably ask Terry Palaschuk as well if he's interested in coming out.
I mean, those guys are a couple of the best. So, I mean, I've seen some. I'll tell you a story about Terry. Miles Wilco and I went to a tournament in Moose Jaw, and Terry was head ref, and Miles gets to the table, and as you know, previous to the fairer strap, it was a real disadvantage to have the buckle on the back of your hand. So Miles is pulling Brad Esmond. And they slip out, and Miles is about to have the buckle on the back of his hand. And he looks over at Terry and he says, "Mr. Referee, I'm having a lot of trouble hearing you. I'm slightly deaf in my right ear. Can we switch sides of the table?" Terry agreed to it, and Brad agreed to it. Miles kind of giggled, and they switched sides. Miles wins the match.
That's funny. So tell me a little bit about Evan. What do you know about Evan? I don't know much about him. I've never seen him pull at nationals. I don't know if he has.
Well, I've never arm wrestled Evan. Never arm wrestled Evan. I've been in the same room as Evan. As far as arm wrestling tournaments, like Michael Classic. Plus, we let's ask him ourselves.
There he is.
Morning.
There he is.
Morning, Evan.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Oh, fantastic.
You on a coffee break or?
No, just a little bit of a late morning trying to get everything ready to go for the guys. I would have pulled over and did the interview here roadside, but guys get a little pissy when they're sitting around waiting for an hour without a ladder or nothing.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So I just got asked the question, what do you know about Evan Bourgoin? And I said, not a heck of a lot as far as arm wrestling. We've never arm wrestled, but man, maybe you should sing your own praises here for a minute, because your opponent decided not to show up.
Well, I don't really blame him. Like, this can't go well for him to sit here and try to talk to me.
Well, remember what I said the other night? I said I don't think Mark's comfortable with the whole shit talking thing. And then we happened to get him on the phone when he was drunk, and he had some words for me, but he didn't know I was listening.
Well, he sounded pretty comfortable with it.
But here we are. And he's ghosted us.
Yeah,
So,
I just tried to call him and I got nothing.
Well, that's not very nice of him.
So, Evan, where you been? What have you done? Let's hear it. What's the resume look like?
I mean, as far as resume goes, I've got a few good wins. I've been down the stateside, got some wins down there. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're asking me here, like who my best wins are.
Sure.
I was asking Ryan. I just don't know. Have you pulled nationals before, Evan? Have you?
I pulled nationals once.
Right.
Down in Halifax in 2017, and I finished second to Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I look back on all the matches I've ever had, and all of my best wins are actually losses. Just tough matches that I got into against guys that are, way ahead of me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get tied up real good with Mike, that's a top level dude. So I consider a real tough match with him, even if I lost, probably one of my biggest wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially at the Nationals.
Yeah, he was real strong that day.
Troy Eaton once said to me that I won't call you the boss until you beat Mike Gould at the Nationals.
Yeah, he shows up ready for Nationals, that's for sure. He takes that seriously.
Yeah. So, looking forward, what do you think about your opponent coming up here on September 5th?
I don't think it's going to be that tough of a match. I don't know why everybody thinks it's going to be so close. He doesn't really have a spot that he can go that he's going to beat me at. And with all the weight that he's lost, I just don't see how being addicted to meth's going to help you arm wrestle.
I guess
you're not going to tell me that he actually lost 100 pounds that fast. Come on.
Without crystal meth? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I haven't checked his teeth, but that's what I'm guessing.
His teeth look phenomenal.
Well, maybe he actually just started liking broccoli. I don't know.
I don't know. But his lifestyle is not really conducive to weight loss either, so I don't know about that.
Well, you tell me, Ryan, how does eating broccoli for a year and losing 100 pounds help you arm wrestle? You tried it, didn't you?
There is a tipping point. I will tell you that. And when I was 380, I went down from 280 to 300. I felt amazing. At 240, I felt like shit. It was awful. And I still managed to win the Nationals, but I also took a couple of real good losses with the right arm. I had nothing with my right arm at all. Left arm, I still managed to pull it out. I actually beat Matt in the finals at 240, but it was tough, man. It was tough. He definitely has an impact on your power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are saying that he looks really fast now that he's lost all the weight, but it's easy to look fast against people that aren't very strong.
That's true, yeah.
Put me on the table with any 10-year-old in the world, and I'm going to look real fast.
Oh, man.
So I'm not buying all of the hype that he's actually – I really don't think it's going to be very good unless, I slow it down for him and kind of pose on him a bit, talk some shit maybe. That doesn't sound like something I'd do, though.
Maybe in match 3. Just don't get Bowened.
Just never mind about that. That was an accident.
You don't want that to happen all over again. What happened?
That was an accident.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Mark's got a king's move, so I'm not worried about that one.
No, I don't think I've ever seen him pull anything like that out of his repertoire.
No, Mark will stand up and bang.
Like, he's got a good press. He's got a hook. He can top roll. And his right arm and his left arm both pull a little bit differently. And they both pull in styles that match up with me pretty well. So I feel pretty good about the match. I feel strong. Been training. I'm not sure where he plans on going that he thinks he's got a chance to beat me. I don't know why he would have asked for this.
Well, he's got no shortage of confidence. He still wants.
Yeah, that'll get you a long way.
He wants a rematch with me, I think, from what he's talking.
I don't know. The one I heard from, I don't think he ever wants to be in the same room as you.
Well, he wants that match back.
Mark certainly believes, and I'm just speaking on his behalf, that at a center table, he's a national champion. That's his belief.
Every match starts in the center of the table. What does he mean by that?
I'm not too sure. I'm just speaking his words.
He's either implying that he got cheated, like it wasn't in the center of the table on the start, or he's saying something about technique. So if you would have pulled me here in this position, I'll kill you. But I mean, isn't that what?
Well, that's your fucking job. Get it to that fucking position instead of crying about it afterwards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you can never get to where you're strong, why is that your opponent's fault?
Mm-hmm. If the matches are going and happening in positions that you don't like, one of two things happened. Either the ref fucked you or you fucked yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who was reffing your match, but generally it's not the ref that does it.
We're in referee's grip a lot.
Although there is times where refs will intentionally try to screw somebody over.
I can't think of any of those times, man.
Well, that's what I was saying. It's hard to have that excuse at a national level when you got Anthony Dell'Antonio, Rick Pinkney, Dave Hicks as your refs, right?
Yeah.
I can't see any one of those guys doing it.
Yeah. But
I can't think of any time when a referee has intentionally screwed somebody. Evan, can you?
I can.
I can think of one, yeah.
I actually have a big one.
I'm pretty sure Scott Wynn tried to screw Dabo.
Yeah, that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
And then my Moldovan experience, which I'm still bitter about. And if I see that guy, he owes me $5,000.
Against Allen?
Yeah. Yeah.
You lost on fouls?
I lost on fouls that no one saw. No one saw before, after, during, and then the call changed.
Yeah, the camera didn't even see them.
No. No. The call changed.
No fouls are a good time.
Yeah. And then Allen celebrates like he just crushed me. And that pissed me off even more. So
he's a pretty strong boy though, eh, Allen? Or
his hand is the weirdest hand I've ever gripped up with. It feels like a softball. Like it's that girthy that you just can't really. It's weird. It's not quite as big as what's the kid with the freakish left arm there? Oleg. Not quite like that level, but it's kind of in between mine and his.
You ever grip up with Jeff Dabe?
Yeah.
That's a big fucking hand.
Yeah. But it feels kind of like a normal big hand. It just feels like a clamp around your wrist, you know? But he has to grip you so low.
Well, he's still covering high while he's gripping you that low is the problem.
Yeah.
But his thumb is so goddamn small, it's really unexpected when you try to take your grip with him.
Yeah.
You pulled him, Evan?
Jeff, yes, a couple times.
Oh, yeah. How'd you make out?
Well, the last time it was pretty easy. He just had a super match.
Oh, you won the last time.
Yeah, down in Toronto, I beat him twice pretty easy, but he had just had a 5-round super match with Big Rick Heidebrecht. So those two really weren't at 100% for the event.
Now, do you feel like if guys, I pulled Jeff too. I pulled him in a super match at Kane's event. But you guys, what's your opinion on guys pulling a super match and then entering the tournament? Should they just kind of get a pass? Oh, we might have lost Evan here.
Evan, I don't know. Am I still here?
Well, I can hear you, so that's good enough for me.
Well, I haven't been able to see you the entire time, so I don't know.
Yeah, your screen went kind of funny, but whatever. I can still hear you. So when guys pull a super match, they get tired out, they enter the tournament. Do they kind of get a pass if they get their ass kicked in the tournament, or is it just as good of a win as if they had just entered that tournament?
A win's a win. You can't make excuses about it. You put your elbow on the table. You know, you're the one saying that you're ready to go. But for me, I'm not going to take a whole lot of credit in winning a match against a guy that I know is already exhausted either.
Yeah, I mean, I think about Matt Mask, for example, who had a couple real grueling super matches and then threw himself into the tournament
in Mississippi.
Yeah. And then took some losses in the tournament to guys that normally I'm not saying he would have that day, but normally in recent times he was beating those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm still looking for my first win on Mike Gould left-handed. I've gotten one in a tournament, but it was after he'd already tied up with Devin really hard. So I don't really count it as a real win. And that was in a tournament. Like, he didn't have a super match beforehand, but he did just have a really, really tough match a few minutes before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Now, what did you think, Evan? You were in the room with BLM the other night. What did you think of the interview with him and Dallas? And has your opinion on the match changed at all, seeing what we saw or listening to what we listened to the other night?
I watched the guys pull, and based on my opinion off of what I've seen, now I get to practice with Brendan all the time. I know where he's good, where he's not, and those spots of not aren't very big. They're few and far between. He's really good, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
But with what I saw from video of Dallas, I was taking Dallas to win that match. And then he goes and says stupid shit like he's going to hang on to Brendan and tire him out. You're not tiring that kid out. That's not fucking happening. If that's your game plan, somebody needs to have you a little talk. You need to go back to like grade 4. Okay? These are easy things to see that the kid doesn't fucking get tired.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of that's just gamesmanship on Dallas's part?
I don't know. If you say something stupid like that, I can't believe that it's gamesmanship. Like, you gotta have some intelligence to you if you're gonna say things like this. And then that's just too far. You can't play head games with people that are smarter than you. It doesn't work well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure getting into a longevity match with Brendan would be a good game plan for him, for sure.
Dallas's chance at winning is just by being too strong. And he's got to get in there, and he's got to do it right away.
Curtis Mocan saying Dallas 3-1.
No. Brendan gets one, Brendan wins.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that. I think that unless it's, I don't think any of these guys are going to pull a Devin and give away a match.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, I agree with that. He's got he doesn't want to get into a longevity match. He doesn't want to get into that mind of trying to burn Brendan out. I agree. That's not going to happen. He's got to do what he did in Nevada and utilize that hook
Dallas
power.
needs to be coming straight forward, getting his shoulder all the way engaged into the match, and just be too strong. Mm-hmm. Dallas's right hand pulls kind of similarly to mine, so just I'm bigger and a stronger version. So Brendan's got the advantage of getting to train against that, but yeah, I was liking Dallas until I heard him talk. Now I got to switch to Brendan.
See, I kind of went the other way around. I thought Brendan probably, and then, I like Dallas's attitude. I don't know if that's even a tangible thing that you can put into a match, but he seems to be taking the match extremely seriously, and he's laser focused.
He certainly is.
That's like his prep for it started a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, you can. I don't know who he's training with. I don't know who his training partners are, but man, Jeff, you managed to pull together one of the most exciting cards, even in the Red Deer Charity Classic being postponed.
Hey, wasn't that Red Deer Charity Classic today?
Tomorrow, it would have started today. Yeah.
So is Travis somewhere in Red Deer looking for this thing now?
He would have messaged me. That would have been this weekend. That's that would have been fun, but oh well, we got a year to wait, and hopefully this event gets a lot of people out, and it's a good card. I mean, Mark and Evan will be a fantastic match. I can't wait. Dallas and BLM, and now Matt and Ron Bath.
Yeah, Evan, did you see that match get announced?
I saw that yesterday, Matt and Ron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to think about that one.
Well, here's my thoughts. If Matt can be in a headspace of where he was when he started with Tyrell into WAL against Nick Zena, Marcio, that Matt Mask is not losing that match.
If Matt shows up ready to go like he shows up to the WAL, I got him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard he's small right now.
Yeah, I was at his place here, not last night, the night before. We talked for a while, and yeah, his weight's not up there, but I mean, he's feeling good. But yeah, I think a lot of it with Matt is mentality right now. He can't come into this match the way he went down to Mississippi. It's got to be a different mindset, and I think he'll get there. So I think this gives him some motivation with the WL season being canceled to really look forward to something that he can laser focus on one guy and really prepare for it. So he's got 4 weeks. So
and Ron,
not a lot of time.
I've seen Ron beat like everybody. I've also seen him take some really shitty losses.
Yeah. Well, how do you? Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if you consider this a shitty loss or not, but losing to 100, he lost left-handed to Verez at 160 some pounds.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I mean, Verez is a killer too.
Yeah, his left arm is like world level.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't so much referring to that match, but Ron lost to like Worley a few years back.
Oh.
That's tough.
Yeah. And even back to that same Mississippi tournament, that was a hard one to tell because that was all over the map. I think Robbie Burnett was there, and Mike Aiello, and Ron Bath, Matt Mask. And I mean, there was all sorts of people beating people that you wouldn't, I guess, expect. I don't know. I didn't know much about Robbie Burnett until I seen him in that tournament. But, that boy is a real deal, eh?
Yeah, that dude's a badass. But Ron's also getting ready for Mike Gould in the fall as well.
Yeah, in November.
So that's like 2 pretty big matches in a short time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you threw it out there, Jeff. You threw it out there and said, hey, Matt might take a match here. And wasn't Ron like the first guy to start lobbying for himself to get that match?
He was the first one, yeah.
He was the first one. So that level of confidence tells me something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people messaging me that wanted the match that I've never even heard of, and I maybe I worded that post a little wrong, but I should have said, the guy's got to be somewhat. I'm not looking for amateurs, so it was, I got a. Oh yeah, I had, my brother works on a farm. He'll come beat Matt Mask. I'm like,
get the hell out of here.
Oh, I had tons of those messages. So I had to pump the brakes there, and that wasn't my intent of the post.
It would have been fun to give somebody their Rocky moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Evan Bourgoin would have taken up the challenge on that one.
To pull Matt?
Forget about this Marc guy. Let's.
I pull a 200-pound Matt for sure. He couldn't have been training real hard for the last several months for him to get down that low.
Well,
he was on vacation, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna get into too much here, but his personally, he's just not there. He's had a lot of stuff going on in his life over the last year that, needs to get worked out. And, his training's definitely not been on point or where it needs to be to keep his weight up. But, it's, I'm just happy that he's got something to focus on, and, hopefully he can maximize everything he can in a 4-week period to come into this as strong as he can be.
I'm curious because Matt wants to be the champ, right? He wants to be the world champ. What does he see his future in the super heavyweight WAL looking like? Does he think he can get to a point where he's beating Michael Todd?
Absolutely. I mean, if he when he is mentally healthy, physically healthy, and if he looks the same way he did when he come in against Marcio Barboza at 250 plus pounds, that's a bad fucking Matt Mask all day long. I mean, that's where he needs to be weight wise. He can get there, but his mind it has to be at 100%. It can't be 90%. If he's focused, he's training like he should be, and he's eating the way he should be, and he's up in that 260 range, I feel he can compete with those top guys, absolutely.
Yeah.
But he has to be there. In all aspects, has to be hitting 100%.
I mean, at one point that match was signed, wasn't it? Or they had planned. Yeah. What happened? Somebody got hurt, didn't they?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, maybe Michael Todd did get hurt, or I can't remember now. Yeah, maybe he was injured, or he had another super match coming up, relatively short, like I think within a 3-week period or something. And
that's when he pulled Sylvain. He was supposed to pull Michael Todd, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Wasn't Mike hurting from a broken hand from the previous match?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I can't remember.
He was hurting, and he. I feel like I'm back at arm wrestling practice. All the guys in the chat are guys that were at my practice last night. We had morning, Adam. We had Michael got hurt, and they called me and said, "Can you pull Matt in a week?" And I said, "No, I can't." And he ended up doing Sylvain. So there it is. Well, Evan, I'm excited about your match, man. I think it was one of the best ones on the card. And the card is a really, Jeff, I don't know if you're that good or you're just lucky. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna, but I mean, I put in. Let's just say this: I put in the work. I put in the effort.
You put together a very competitive, very interesting card, because I think that every match on there, and despite what Evan says, I think it's a competitive match. But I think you've done a good job putting that together.
Bill Collins,
it's intriguing.
Yeah, Bill Collins messaged me yesterday and said, "How the fuck do you do it?" I just put in the work, man. I don't know. I talk, I make phone calls. I'm constantly looking. I watch every single event that goes down. I had what's this message from Corbin Koshnev yesterday from Uzbekistan, who said, let me just read it to you here.
Well, Evan Bourgoin has joined us in a separate stream. So I'll hide this one and I'll re-add him in this one.
So
he's back.
Yeah, I'm out in the boonies here. Don't have great internet.
So Corbin said to me from Uzbekistan yesterday, he says, he wants me to take the TAL to an international federation and create it in Uzbekistan.
What?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Well, I don't. So,
the logistics of trying to, now you're on competing with World Arm Wrestling League and PAL.
Yeah.
just stay in your backyard, Jeff. Let's build it slowly.
Yeah. Well,
a strong foundation of champions.
Yeah, there's a lot of logistics to doing that take time to even begin negotiations about taking it overseas. So I told him that's not something I can decide today, tomorrow, or even in the next month. So, but So Evan, thank you for coming down to Red Deer. I look forward to meeting you, and it's going to be a killer match.
It's going to be a fun time.
What are you weighing in at right now?
Not a clue.
I'm going to say
not a fucking clue.
253.
That's not a good guess. That's not a good guess.
Heavier?
I put the scale away when Corona hit because I didn't want to see what was about to happen here. I've never weighed in. I've never seen 300 pounds on a scale. But there's a reason the scale went away. So
you're going to have a significant weight advantage over Mark.
Well, I've been working for a few months and up on the roofs and stuff like that. So you don't stay that big all summer. If I was guessing, probably 280-ish. That's what I'm assuming I'm at, but I haven't checked in quite some time.
Now, whose blood alcohol content is going to be higher, yours or Mark's?
That just sounds like a no-brainer. Are you talking before the match or when the bar closes?
Both. Let's do both.
The answer it's me. It's me both. Yeah. I'm probably going to get hammered on Thursday and then just stay that way till Sunday.
That's fair.
Well, I've never been on an airplane before, so every time I think about getting onto that fucking thing, I start drinking.
Yeah, well, don't get drunk before you get on the plane because they won't let you on.
Well, that'll be their fault then, because now I have to drive, and I'm way too drunk to drive. You got to let me on the...
Uh-oh, I think we lost him again.
I just got a message, Ryan, about somebody asking me if the Charity Classic was on today.
Come on.
I swear to God, yeah.
Oh. You sure you don't want to pull together 97 super matches in the next little while here?
Yeah. 97.
Jeff, let's try to keep it to 80, okay?
All right. Deal.
Oh, we have lost Evan completely. All right. Well, you know what? I think we have a good show going here, and we should probably wrap her up.
Okay, brother.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us again, Jeff.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Evan's back.
There's Evan.
There he is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here now.
Well, we're wrapping her up, buddy. We appreciate you coming on the show and helping get the word out there. Hey?
Where the fuck is Mark?
His phone's not even on.
Probably in jail. Sitting in a drunk tank somewhere. His phone
I know that feeling.
His phone's been confiscated, and he's the RCMP are going through it right now.
Well, hopefully he gets out with enough time to train for our match.
Yeah, I think he's probably not training at all. I think he's just going to show up. He's that strong.
Well, that'd make my shit talking a lot easier.
Now, are you okay? What's the order? Are you guys second last? Jeff, what's the order? Are they the co-main or are they?
We'll start with Vitali and Steve Gaber.
Okay, that's a solid match. I like that match.
That's two big boys. Actually, we'll start with that preliminary match with Dwayne Freeborn and Jay Hagan. That'll be a killer match for a prelim.
Okay, yeah.
And then, on to Vitali, Steve, and then Joe and Clayton.
Joe and Clayton.
No, not Joe and Clayton.
Frazier?
Jesse Halliday and Clayton, sorry.
Oh, yes. Then Joe and...
And then Joe and Alex.
Yeah, another one. Another solid match.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and then Fraser and Ty Sakal.
That's intriguing, that match, too, because, Frazier being away for a while and Ty being an up-and-comer, man. Solid match.
Yeah. And then, Evan and Mark, and then, Dallas and Brendan.
And then the tournament.
Yeah.
For all the belts.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to keep them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well, I don't get the point in a guy winning the belt and not letting him put it above his fireplace.
So what happens if somebody wins a belt and never comes back?
I'm just kind of working with some logistics here. I don't want this to be exclusive to Alberta. I want guys to be able to compete elsewhere. So let's just say Dallas comes up, and I'm just using his name, and he pulls a tournament and he wins it right hand and he wins the belt. Yeah. Well, take the belt. The belt can go with you home, and I don't know. We'll work with these guys, and when it comes time to defend it, we'll see if we can't work with guys to bring them back up. And if they just can't do it, then at a certain time frame, then they'd have to forfeit the belt. But I think if this belt goes to out of Alberta or even into outside of Canada, that we can work with some of these guys to hopefully have them come back and defend it.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. It'd be fun.
So
Curtis Mocan says he wants Ty, even if Ty wins against Frazier, but only right arm. I think that match needs to happen. Those guys need to settle some stuff.
Okay. Nah, forget it.
Not at this event. There's too much going on, Jeff.
No, here it is. I love Curtis.
What, man. Curtis is strong. Okay,
Curtis is very strong, but Curtis is extremely strong. I love that guy. He's hilarious. He's a good friend of mine. I want Curtis to, but he's pulled one amateur tournament. I'm not taking anything away from that, but he's got to get out there. He's got to get some wins, and even in a pro tournament before to be taken seriously. And I'm not saying that whatsoever that he can't. The guy's strong. I think he'll do very well at a pro class, but he's got to do it. And he gets out there and he bangs with these guys. I'll give him some great super matches. But there's a good one I'd like to give Curtis right now, and that's Riley Miller.
Never heard of him.
From Lloydminster, and I think that's two guys that are, but yeah, Curtis has got, Curtis had his had an opportunity with Ty there at that camp out. I think some stuff come up. He couldn't make it, but
stuff came up. They even started I think Ty even made a video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Curtis is he's strong. He's going to do well. We'll see how he makes out at in the pro classes here at TAL1, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's exciting, man. Did you ever work out the pay-per-view stuff?
No, I looked into it a little bit here, but to be honest, a lot of my time has been spent on the phone here over the last little bit. So I'm gonna continue to look into it, and I don't know if that can even happen though, if that's a broadcasting infraction with Brendan there, but it's hard to say.
Well, it would be with myself, Matt, and Brendan.
Exactly.
If we know it's filmed for or recorded for broadcast, live streaming is different. Live streaming for free just brings attention to it, and that's good. But it is if I show up, Jeff. That's if
you're coming. You're coming. You'll be there.
I'll send you my email address for the e-transfer. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. Jeff, thanks for coming on.
Awesome.
And hey, maybe we can do it again in a week, and we'll drag someone on here like Ty or somebody like that and hear what they have to say. Give that guy some exposure.
Yeah, there's lots of good options out there. Fraser and Ty. I don't know if Fraser would do a live show or not.
Yeah, he's also very busy. So
yeah, he's pretty busy. Yeah,
been training and heading up to work and family life. Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Okay, let's wrap her up. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
And we'll stay in touch throughout the week, I'm sure, as controversy and things emerge and develop. But exciting, man. We're within a month here.
I'm really excited for this.
Cool.
Ordered all the trophies yesterday.
Nice. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's us. See you next week, if not sooner. And don't forget, the Crossfire episodes are getting migrated over here, but in bite-sized pieces. And check out the Patreon site, patreon.com/Mr. Espey for exclusive content, which has been kind of my weight loss journey so far. So later.
Later.